Welcome back to You Not Gonna Like This. This is the final part of the episode 7 series 7C, and we're gonna get into the vaccine portion of the performance and vaccines. So, as y'all know, we've been in this pandemic for 6 months now, going on 7 very soon. And it's been a long time compared to other countries, because other countries are living life normal pretty much now. And here we are in America still struggling with this shit like it started yesterday.
Yeah.
And we can blame it on a lot of things. The government's terrible leading. That's probably number one. Two, you could say ignorance for most people, but when your government can't really take care of the illness, ignorance is going to arise somewhat. So you can't be too mad at those people for not completely obeying guidelines, because I feel like all of us collectively are tired of this, because we're tired of wearing a mask from every point in life we got to go. We tired of not living life. Like, I'm tired of going to the courts. I can't play fives. I got to play fives only outside, and I only can play threes indoors. Like, so it's affected all of us tremendously, and I think we just really tired. We just want to get back to not saying everything be completely normal, but some sense of normalcy where things can be better than what they are now. Well, all right, the first things first, Anthony Fauci, the leading infectious disease expert in the U.S., as most of you know, he said that the vaccine is due to come out around Election Day, between Election Day and the end of 2020, and that could be great news for a lot of us, because that could be the one step that we could use to return to some sort of normalcy. And my first question to both Kim and PJ is that, will you get the vaccine?
Would I get the vaccine?
Yeah.
Bro, me, it's like, I feel two ways about it, because it's like, one, it's so much conspiracy behind it. You know, of course, there's no telling, you know what I'm saying? Of course, because even, like, people have been saying, like, Bill Gates working on something to, like, track people who have been vaccinated and stuff. And it's like, to me, I don't know. I mean, when you get into all that stuff, it's like, there's, like, some of that stuff feels like privacy laws and stuff, like, when you really get into that. But me, personally, it's like, you know, if it's just a vaccine, like how we think it should be, you know what I'm saying? Just some to, like a corona vaccine, same way they got the flu shot. I mean, it's like, me personally, I'm not going to be the first person to get in line to get the vaccine. You know, I mean, if I want to travel and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You probably will have to get the vaccine if you want to travel and stuff. So it's like, I would get it in that case. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I don't want to be the guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, there's going to be a lot of people who get it before, but it's like, I'm going to wait to get it.
PJ?
Yeah, I'm kind of on Cam's side with that. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of compelled to, like, hold off on getting it at all, just because I don't trust vaccines as a whole. Like,
exactly.
Especially the way the government is kind of nowadays, and the things that they kind of, like, you know, I don't know. The government's really corrupt, and, you know, stuff that they release doesn't really seem trustworthy to me. But I don't know. If I did get it, I would definitely wait out on it for sure, just to see, you know, the risk associated with getting it, and you know, just making sure it's fully tested out. I'm not gonna be one of those people that, you know, just runs to go get it because they want to, you know, because they want to be risk-free coronavirus. Nah, like. Right now, coronavirus. We're living in this. We're kind of used to it right now.
Yeah,
you know, we're still healthy. We're still safe. Things of that nature. So I'm not going to rush to get a vaccine that I don't know anything about. So
yeah, and it's like people our age too. It's like, I mean, you know, like we can get it, and you know, there have been people who have died from it who's our age, but it's like, but the survival rate for people in our demographic is literally like 99.7%.
Yeah, so the survival rate for coronavirus in general is pretty high.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But nobody would know that, you know what I'm saying? The way they talk about it, like, they make it seem like you go outside, you dying instantly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really, I mean, you know, the media is to blame for a lot of, like, the controversy around corona and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and at the end of the day, we still don't even know the full scope of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, because, I mean, I think everybody knows, like, nobody knows exactly what's going on, but I think everybody knows it's like, okay, there's definitely some other stuff going on, you know what I'm saying, in the background, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're just the ones who got to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're just regular citizens, and we just got to go with how it is. So, I mean, you know, the vaccine, you know, if it does what it's supposed to do, it'll be a good thing for society, but it's like, you know, just for people who have distrust in the government, it's going to be hard to convince them to do it. And I'm one of those people, like P was saying, I don't necessarily trust the government that much, you know what I'm saying, especially with all the madness going on. So, you know, I'm not in a rush to get a coronavirus vaccine. I'll get it at some point if I have to, you know what I'm saying? But I need more evidence about, like, you know, how it works, the nature of it, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Ira?
Well, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I've never got the flu vaccine a day in my life. Well, mainly because it's like for me, like I don't know if most everybody doesn't know, but I said it back in my first ever episode that I'm a kinesiology major, so I'm really into the health scene. So like
Yeah.
I be studying the health like crazy, and like the reason people really get sick is because their pH is off, and that's a lot to go into. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but like the more acidic your pH is, the more susceptible you are to illnesses. So really, it's really how good you eat, man, and that really predicts of how obviously your immune system, like your immunity to certain things, helps as well, because obviously when you're younger, your immune system is stronger, and therefore when you're older, it is not as strong. But your diet is like a huge key factor in how quick you get sick and how quick you heal, or if you get sick at all. Really, to be honest. So like for me, like the worst thing I ever get in my life is allergies, but allergies run in my family. Like hay fever is a huge thing. So it's obviously hard for me because anytime I see in public, I get the negative eyes like, oh yeah, he's contagious. And I'm like, bro, it's just some dust. Like it happens. It's allergies. Like I can't help allergies. My mom says taking the pills and allergy pills help, but I'm like, sometimes the allergies just win. You can't fight allergies. They're everywhere. But yeah, vaccines, I don't really get them. Like besides when we were kids, of course, and you had to get them when you go to your pediatrician. But I ain't really super high on them because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It just depends. But my thing is like, if you take care of yourself, if you take care of your body, you're not gonna get sick. Like
that's facts, bro.
Facts.
But and like you was talking about school and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like when we was younger, I really wonder how stuff is gonna be like, you know, like once they open back up schools again. It's like, you know, are you gonna, like, say you in public school, are you gonna have to get the vaccine before you, or if you're at a private school, will that be one of the requirements for you to go to this school? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it really can affect society in a lot of ways, just in terms of it even being out there, in terms of like how people are going to react, because there might be some places where it's like you can't get in, you might not be able to go in if you don't have the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? It's like we really don't know. We really don't know what to expect with it.
And you was leading into the next question. The next question is like, how will it affect the world? Like you said, we don't really know how it will affect the world.
Yeah.
We know it definitely has its positives, because it's like if it works like it should, like Cam said, then everybody gonna be coronavirus immune, and life will slowly return back to normal as it was before coronavirus ever began. But I saw Anthony Fauci a couple of times. He also said like maybe it's because of the climate, and the way things are, the illnesses are easy to pass on, because with it being warmer around the world naturally, it's because now they can pass off very quickly through animals and people, because it's just hotter outside, so the viruses can exist in different states and in better states. Because if you don't know that a virus lives between the temperatures of 40 to 80 degrees, therefore that's why the spikes in coronavirus were highest in the spring, and they were very low in the summer, because it's in the summer it's literally too hot for that virus to exist. And that's why in the fall time, a lot of those like Fauci and the other infectious disease experts are really scared for the fall time, is because it falls back into that 40 degree, 80 degree range where the virus can really thrive and really exist. So like, I encourage all y'all, man, like, keep wearing that mask. Don't play around with this. When you do get it and your symptoms do progress, it can be very deadly, and it can really mess you up, bro. So like, keep being safe out here. Like, keep wearing that mask, keep distancing, stay out them parties. Please stay out them parties, man. They gonna come back. They gonna come back. And if you gonna have a kickback, make sure that joint only got 10 people. All right. You don't bring everybody. You only can have just bring your closest people. That's all you need to get turned up.
Like that.
So like, but yeah, PJ, how you feel, man? Like, what is it? How you think it's gonna affect the world with this the vaccine?
I think it will eventually get us back to how we used to live. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, a vaccine will enable, the government to lift some of these, regulations and stuff like that. Hopefully, the statistics on the cases, a lot of the cases hopefully go down with the vaccine. But again, with those vaccines, you never really know what can happen because you never know what it is what it is that they're putting in these vaccines and what it is that they're releasing into these people's bodies, and you just never know. So, honestly, I think not really the vaccine itself, but the idea of there being a vaccine will enable the government to allow us to I guess start meeting, just doing what we used to do, getting back to some type of normal way of living. Things a lot more things will probably open up and things of that nature just off the fact that a vaccine was released. So I expect for the vaccine to just get us back to normal, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think things are gonna get much better at this point in time because if y'all don't know that those that do live in the state of Virginia, Ralph Northam just passed. We're now in phase 4. I guess phase 3B. I guess how you ever want to put it. It is now allowed, obviously, with a mask, of course, and I guess social distancing. But I don't know how you're gonna social distance with 250 people in one setting. Don't know how that's possible. But they say mask required, all indoors, but you can now have gatherings of 250 people. Now, obviously, yeah, I saw it on Twitter the other day. 250 people are now allowed to gather in areas, and I'm like, oh, I don't think it's gonna get any better.
I won't be there.
Yeah,
yeah, me neither.
I will not be in attendance. I'm gonna miss that move.
Yeah, y'all got it. Because I'm going to sit by my lonesome and, enjoy how I always be living anyway. So, definitely that is it's not the move.
But let me ask y'all something. I mean, I don't know if this was on the sheet and stuff, but I don't have it in front of me. But like, how do y'all feel about, them talking about they want to release it like right before election day type stuff? Like, cause they were talking about like, they want to release it around like November. And, I was seeing some people was talking about like, early November type stuff. So I mean, how do you feel about that in terms of like, with the election being right behind it and stuff?
I guess I don't know what it's really trying to prove. Like,
I mean, well, I think it'd be a good thing. I mean, just depending on if they get the vaccine tested, they sign off. They sign off.
I say that because I think it's like like Trump trying to show like a political statement, you know what I'm saying? Like him saying like, okay, I got this vaccine out before election, and like he probably gonna say like he feel like that might swing the vote for some people, you know what I'm saying? I mean I feel like at least that's his logic behind it. I don't know if it'll work, but like the way Trump is, especially he's a narcissist, you know what I'm saying? So like he want to take credit for stuff. So I think that's part of the reason why they do want to release it around that time.
See, my thing with that is, Trump has always been a guy who downplays the virus, and I think that
is true.
A lot of his supporters are already out and about anyway, regardless.
Yeah, that is fact.
So I think that him releasing the virus before election, the vaccine before election day, will only enable maybe more of the black voters voting against him to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of coronavirus, the main group that it hits the hardest is like elderly black people, because we don't have a lot of black people don't have the healthcare to be able to take care of the fact that they're sick from the virus. You know what I'm saying? So I think that with a vaccine, maybe people will go out and try to get it and then be able to go and vote against Trump. I mean, honestly, him releasing it before it, that's cool and all, but I think that a lot of people will be voting regardless of the fact that regardless of the fact the coronavirus is out anyway. I don't know. It's just I feel like a lot of us have been conditioned to kind of just kind of deal with the fact that there's a virus. We live how we live anyway. We just wear a mask all the time. So it's like I don't think anything is going to change. I think that him saying that it, like you said, is a narcissistic thing. He's going to try to take credit for the fact that, hey, I got this released before the big election day. So I agree with what you're saying. I just think that it's not going to really make a difference in terms of him because he's always been a guy to downplay, and his supporters downplayed it as well.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't think it really matters to me because like it is what it is for me with the whole Trump thing. Like he could he could cure cancer, but no, I don't think I'm
Yeah,
voting for
and
him.
that's
I'm
another thing.
not voting for him, bro. There's nothing in this world that convinced me to vote for that
and
man.
you know, like
Nothing.
another thing is like, even with the election coming up, it's like, bro, everybody knows who they voting for already. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the election tomorrow. That wouldn't change nobody's perception of like who they voting for. You know what I'm saying? So
Did y'all see there was a video of him doing an interview where he was basically talking about how he knows how deadly the virus is and how
But
bad.
he talked about how
he said it. He said it in February on CBS. Yeah, I remember the interview.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing I've ever seen
He was
in my
talking
life.
about how he knows how deadly it could get. He knows that it's airborne. He knows that people are gonna die. He knows this and the third. But yet the same week he's downplaying it like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's gonna be over in the next couple of days.
Because he doesn't want to create panic.
Yeah, but he had a move on the White House lawn. You know what I'm saying? No social distancing, no mask. He don't care, bro.
It's ridiculous.
He doesn't, bro. He doesn't. It kills me when he tries to say like, we're gonna work on the vaccine, but you really don't care about the virus. You know, you're not really affected by it. So like, for me, I don't really know, man. Hopefully the vaccine gets us back to some sort of normalcy. Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, on campus, I would love for it to get back to, you know, some kind of normal. Because I do want the IMs back. I do miss my IMs. I do miss IM hoops, IM football. You know, it's a little off subject. You know,
I don't think there's no IM happening this year.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not.
Yeah, IMs are dead this year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's dead. We're playing tennis, bro.
Yeah.
playing tennis, and all supervisors do is go out there, because I'm one of them. We got to go out there and say, make sure you're 10 feet apart for 4 hours, for 5 hours.
Hey, you never know. You never know. You never know, though. I mean, second semester don't start till January, so I mean.
Hopefully, that's what I told my mom, bro.
Yeah, if they start releasing vaccinations, and then I guess IMs will make it like you have to have like proof of vaccination or whatever.
Yeah. They probably gonna make it. They probably, us college students.
Yeah, they probably gonna make it regardless.
We gonna have to get it regardless.
Yeah,
hopefully,
for sure. So I think
hopefully it has a good turn back. And,
I think there's a chance.
You know, I preferably don't want to have to get it, but you know, if I gotta live on campus, it is what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Bro.
We ready to be done. We ready to be done, bro. Might as well just go get it.
Facts. Just might as well just suck it up, take the needle in the arm, and you know, call it a day. But that's kind of really all we got for y'all on, you know, episode 7. It was really great talking with y'all about the performances and vaccines. You know, man.
Sir.
We hope that these vaccines get our lives back to normal, because that's what we really all want. Because as a society, as a nation, however you want to put it, we are tired, very, very tired. So I gotta shout out my man Cam. Really glad he took the time out of his day to
appreciate y'all having me on, man. I gotta get y'all on Exzentric one day.
Yeah,
for sure. It's coming soon,
man.
Bro, we gonna schedule that soon, but we'll talk about that after this. But for sure, I'm gonna get y'all on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime, though, we definitely be pleased to hop on and talk, spit some knowledge, or talk some.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta give a shout out. Follow my podcast page, Exzentric_podcast on Instagram. Bunch of content on there. Follow Exzentric_pod on Twitter. That is EXZENTRIC for Exzentric, and then _pod for Twitter, and podcast for Instagram.
He said it best. We were gonna do that regardless. I ain't gonna hold you, Cam. It was gonna come up in the thing anyway. So you was gonna be good regardless. I make sure everybody that come on get their due credit. But anyways, y'all, that's all we got for y'all today. Thank y'all for joining us, and see y'all soon.
Yes, sir.